The effects of Storm Babet continue to be felt, with warnings of dangerous flooding in parts of England and Wales.
Around half of the staff manning a drilling platform in the North Sea have been airlifted from the site after 4 of its 8 anchors came loose during Storm Babet. All 89 crew members of the Stennis Bay, which is nearly 150 miles from Aberdeen, were accounted for before the evacuation. Well, a major clean-up operation is underway right across the UK after the devastation caused by Storm Babet. Brecon in Angus is among the worst-hit areas where houses, fields and roads have all been submerged by floodwater. Well, our reporter Katie Hunt joins us now from Brecon. Katie, just talk to us about what it looks like there this morning as that clean-up operation gets underway.
Well, the worst of the weather, thankfully, has passed. It is dry here this morning, and that will come as a huge relief to people living here. They've seen flooding before, they're used to rain, but nothing like this. Hundreds of homes and businesses affected. The street I'm standing on now was flooded. I know you can't see much because it's dark, but there's that kind of muddy sludge that is left behind when floodwater recedes. And it isn't just here in Brecon that's been affected. Last night, some people in the Peter Cooter area of Aberdeen were advised to leave their homes as streets flooded. So while the risk here has passed, people are still vigilant. There's also disruption on the roads and the railways, most notably the A90 between Stonehaven and Dundee remains closed. That will be inspected today. The majority of ScotRail trains are still running, but there are 4 lines causing concerns. That is Aberdeen to Dundee, Aberdeen to Elgin, Inverness to Kyleval-Halsh and Inverness to Wick. Those lines will be inspected today. But just to give you an idea of the challenge, the access road to one of the areas affected has been washed away, so it's really difficult to get to the places that need to be inspected. And that's what the authorities have been saying, is that we still don't really know the true extent of the damage caused by this storm, and that's because they haven't been able to get engineers, experts out during the red warnings. Those red weather warnings have now been lifted, so we should get a much clearer picture of the damage caused by this storm over the next day or two.
Yes, Katie, for now, thanks so much. We'll be back with you throughout the morning, but that's the latest there in Brecon. And whilst the worst may have passed, record-breaking water levels are affecting rivers right across the north of England, with the Environment Agency warning for deep and fast-flowing water that does carry a risk to life and serious disruption. We'll get the very latest from our reporters who are on the scene. But what does that overall weather picture look like? Let's talk to Stav, who's got the details. And Stav, I said it's those rising river levels that are posing such a problem right now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, Ben and Lakshmi. Good morning to you. We could be looking at the peak of these river levels today and maybe even into tomorrow, as we have that lag time from when the rain falls to when the water moves through the waterways out towards the sea. But we've had some phenomenal amounts of rainfall. Look at this waterside near Perth, 204 millimetres. That's nearly 8 inches of rain. Invermark is in Angus, not far from Brecon there. And we're almost up to 8 inches too, so some extremely heavy rainfall there. That's nearly 8 inches, and a number of places have seen values over 100 millimetres. North Wales, the Midlands, Northern England, that's around 4 inches of rain, so no surprise. Falling on saturated ground is why we've seen the flooding as severe as it is. But gladly, thankfully, today we're in between weather systems. There's the low pressure systems pushing northwards from Scotland, and we're in between these weather systems with a ridge of high pressure for today. Majority of the country, particularly towards the northwest, will have a fine Tuesday. Again, feeling quite cool, temperatures 11 to 15 degrees. But it does stay very unsettled, autumnal, I think, through next week, with low pressure systems bringing spells of rain followed by sunshine and showers. But it's not going to be raining all the time, and these belts of rain should be moving through fairly quickly. Nothing as blocked as what we saw with Storm Babet, which caused all the severe flooding. But an unsettled, pretty autumnal week coming up. Ben and Lakshmi.